Hey guys, Tara here from Recovering Book Hoarder, and it has been a hot minute since I have recorded anything. Life's just been crazy. My health has not been the best, mental or physical. Don't want to talk about it, so we're just going to move on. I am back. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I keep up my motivation to tape. But it's been a long time since I've talked to you guys, so this is going to be like a big hodgepodge of stuff, this video. I'm going to talk about movies, books, crafting, coloring. Yeah, I have all kinds of stuff within hand's reach of me right here, so I can show you guys everything that I have been doing. All right, so first of all, the movies are back. Thank goodness, because, you know, with the virus and everything, production had been shut down on everything, and it just had been quite some time since we had gotten any quality new movies at the movie theater. And I am so excited to say that the quality is back. We're getting some great movies. I have had the opportunity to see several of them at this point. And right now there's like four, I think there's 3 in the theater right now that I want to see, and then there's a 4th that's going to be released next week. There's just a lot of great things happening at the cinema. So happy for that because I'm a huge, huge movie theater fan. So, my top movie, this may possibly be my favorite movie of all time now, and that is Top Gun Maverick. Now, I had kind of gone away from the whole Tom Cruise acting thing because, you know, when I see him, all I see is him jumping on Oprah's couch, and the whole Scientology thing is very off-putting to me, and yeah, so when I see him, that's usually what I see. But I have been waiting for this movie for a long time. Love the original Top Gun. So good, so good. So I really wanted to see this on the big screen. I had heard only great things about it, and guys, it was so good. When I left, I was like, I love our military. I cannot believe the things that they do. They're so dangerous that no normal people could do just for us and for our country. And it was just done so well. The flight scenes are incredible, incredible. I loved the story, the little Easter eggs throughout the movie in reference back to the original Top Gun. I cannot say enough about it. I even went to see it a second time on the big screen because I loved it that much, and I cannot wait for it to start streaming. It will be a different experience watching it on the regular TV because it really is a movie that's meant to be seen on the big screen. But yes, if you haven't seen it yet and you enjoyed the original Top Gun, please go see it. And I think I'm past now everything that Tom Cruise has going on in his personal life and can just appreciate him as the wonderful actor that he is, because he really is a fantastic actor. And he is aging very well too. Let me just say that. All right, so then I also saw Where the Crawdads Sing, and I had watched that right after I read the book, and I enjoyed the movie. There's definite differences from the book, but it's a beautiful movie. The movie it's just beautiful. So I saw that. So excited. One of my favorite movies of all time, Dirty Dancing. It's his 35th anniversary, and so they brought it back to the big screen. So I just saw that this past week with my friend Christy, and oh my gosh, I'm too young to have seen it on the big screen. I was only 6 whenever it was released, and that's when I saw it for the first time too, but on VHS. And guys, I had like this perma-grin on my face through the entire movie, especially the end dance scene. The final dance on the big screen was just, chef's kiss. Patrick Swayze. We lost him way too soon. Such an amazing actor. Just, it was so beautiful. So I saw that. I also saw the new Minion movie, which was, you know, it was fine. For what it was. It was my youngest niece's first movie at the movie theater. She's 2.5, and she did phenomenal. She really, really enjoyed it. And my older niece, who just turned 5, she really enjoyed it also. Gosh, I don't know how long it's been since I've taped. It's been so long. I'm not sure if I got to talk about The Lost City or not. One of the funniest movies I have seen in well, I mean, laugh out loud. Watched it, streamed it with, so Cassidy and I could watch it together and laugh just as hard the second time. So I do highly recommend that. Also, the second Downton Abbey movie, perfect way to end the series. I'm pretty sure there won't be any more Downton Abbey movies because the ending was just absolutely, it was perfection. And I don't know where they could possibly go after that. So I think that was the Downton Abbey, A New Era. And The Secrets of Dumbledore, that I ended up giving that 4 stars. It was good. I enjoyed it. The Fantastic Beasts is not my favorite series. I much prefer the regular Harry Potter to Fantastic Beasts, but I feel like each one has gotten progressively better. I didn't love the original Fantastic Beasts, but I enjoyed the second one more, and then this third one I enjoyed even more than the second one. So it's like one that's just getting progressively better, in my opinion. Okay, so that's movies. All right, I'm just going to start grabbing things and showing them and talking about them. So, okay, and again, these are going to be like some haul things, new books, things I've read, what I thought about them, all just like mixed and matched together. All right, I just got this one for my mom yesterday, Seahorses by Cheryl Snow. This is an indie author, and she said it was very good, and I think it sounds really good. 80-year-old Jack Dozier stands barefoot on a chair with a rope around his neck when a call comes in from a woman claiming to be his granddaughter. Her mother, Helen Price, is searching for her biological father and thinks it might be Jack. A physician diagnosed with a terminal illness, Helen is determined to spend whatever time she has left in the Outer Banks of North Carolina with her family. She also has a final wish, one that revolves around her lifelong love of antique carousels. The short time Jack spends with Helen creates unexpected bonds and reveals haunting secrets that force Jack to rethink both his past and his future. Sounds so good. I think it sounds excellent. So, got that one. Okay, one, Amanda's Wedding by Jenny Calgon. Calgon. I didn't like this. I DNF'd this. I was a good way through it too, but I really don't like books that have no likable characters. And I could not find any characters that I liked in here. They were all just nasty and trashy, and I didn't enjoy it, so I DNF'd it. Eve by W.M. Paul Young. This is the guy that wrote The Shack. I had attempted to read The Shack and DNF'd that. And unfortunately, I DNF'd this one also, so I am done with him. I just don't think his writing is for me. I just didn't enjoy it at all. So, DNF'd. All right, Patient HM by Luke Dittrich. I also DNF'd this one. Guys, I am getting much better about DNFing things. Like, if I'm not enjoying it, I just have so many books that I want to read that I'm just not going to continue with it. So, this is a nonfiction, and as someone who works in the field of psychiatry with behavioral health and mental health, I am truly sickened sometimes by things that we did in the past. And this is all about some things we did in the past and how some people were treated in some of the earlier asylums, and I just can't stomach it. So it's not to say that it wasn't good, because it was fine, but these are images that I don't want to have in my head, and already what's in there I'm never going to be able to get out, so DNF'd. All right, this is like my pile of DNFs apparently. Okay, Bittersweet by Colleen Mccullough. DNF'd this one. I wanted to read it because it's by the same author that wrote Thornbirds, and I absolutely loved the Thornbirds. This one, I was just not buying anything that had been written. So again, I had gotten a fairly good way into this and DNF'd it. Then I had a DNF of one of my favorite authors. I really love Jane Green. So The Friends We Keep, I thought that I would enjoy this. I DNF'd it. Again, the characters, I just didn't like any of the characters, and I didn't care about them, and I really didn't want to keep reading about them. So, DNF'd. All right. Now, on to some that were good. All right, so I read The Bookshop of Yesterdays by Amy Meyerson, and this was a really, really fun read. This is like a family drama, and it's about a girl who inherits a bookstore. We'll just leave it at that. I don't want to give too much away, but there's family secrets in here. You're kind of left guessing throughout. I did figure it out kind of early on, but it's still worth the read, and I really enjoyed it. I would like to read more from Amy Meyerson. This was my first book by her. Then I read The Chilberry Ladies Choir by Jennifer Ryan. This was my first Jennifer Ryan book, and I absolutely adored it. So this is, I'm trying to think, we just looked up at work what this is called. Epistolary, I think is what it's called, novel, where it's told all through letters and journal entries, and the entire thing is that way. Multiple points of view, and takes place during World War II. I think right along like the Blitz. I hope I'm remembering that right. Is the Blitz during World War II? You know, in London. Anyway, read it. It was excellent, and I loved it so much. I immediately picked up her newest book and started reading that, which is The Wedding Dress Sewing Circle by Jennifer Ryan, and I am really enjoying this one. Also, another World War II novel, told from multiple points of view, but this one is not epistolary. This one is just like a normal book. But one of my favorite tropes is like anything about wedding dresses or like designing clothes, things like that. So I'm really enjoying this one. I'm about, I don't know, maybe, well, I'm on page 116 of 411 pages, but it's very good. I'm liking it a lot. All right, then another historical fiction. I read The Dressmaker's Dowry by Meredith Yeager, I think is how you pronounce her last name. And this one takes place in 1876, San Francisco, and it goes back and forth between that and present day. There is a woman who's working on her MFA, and ends up being drawn into this story that she found about two women that were murdered, that were seamstresses, and she wants to find out what happened to them and to make that the subject of her MFA thesis or article, whatever you want to call it. So I enjoyed that one a lot. I liked it. All right, I Capture the Castle by Dodie Smith. I did not love this book. I did read the whole thing. I really enjoyed I listened to it, and I really did enjoy the cast that did the book, but I didn't love the book itself. I'm gonna say I gave it like 2 stars maybe. Yeah, not my favorite. Then I read The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. And I keep saying then, but this is not the order that I read them in. I'm just grabbing. I really enjoyed this. This was a Hallmark movie, is a book, and I was all in for it. I mean, very predictable, of course, but the story was so fun, and I really, really enjoyed it so much, but truly a Hallmark movie in the form of a book. All right, whew, going through stacks. I read The Winter House Mysteries, and this is book 3 of the series. This is by Ben Gooderson, and I've been like, the rest of the series, like 3 stars. It's been fine. But this one I think was more enjoyable than the other 2, and so I can say I've officially finished. It's a trilogy. But I enjoyed this book of the trilogy much more than I enjoyed the other 2 books. In the middle of reading Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I had started a bunch of books at once, and yeah, so this one I've kind of gone away from, and we'll get back to here probably as soon as I finish the Wedding Circle book. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. From what I understand, I think it's a love to hate story, and everybody says it's like one of the best books that they've ever read. So here's hoping. I really love Emily Henry, loved both of her previous books, so I have high hopes for this one, which, you know, can be a hit or a miss, but fingers crossed. I have it up there, so I'm not going to get it, but I read Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and this is for my book club that's actually meeting tonight, and I loved it. All of Jane Austen's works that I have read so far, which I have read, so now I've read Pride and Prejudice, I read Northanger Abbey, and I have read Emma. I loved all three of them. So the book that I have is actually a compilation of all 7 of the novels, so I'll be working through the rest of them coming up. I really did enjoy it a lot, and I love the miniseries, the Pride and Prejudice miniseries that's from PBS, the one with Colin Firth. That has always been one of my favorites, and I have to, there was like nothing in the original book that didn't actually happen in that movie also, so that miniseries, and it's long, I went to say it's like 6 hours, is the absolute perfect telling of that book put onto screen. I don't think I've ever seen a book so closely, a movie that so closely followed the book, and I still love it just as much. Okay, great moments in Jewish history. This was boring, unfortunately. It reads like a textbook, but not an enjoyable textbook at all. Like, some textbooks are very interesting to read and not dry. This just did not pull me in at all, and yeah, unfortunately I did not like it. I did finish it but didn't like it. I think I gave it, I'm not even sure what I gave it. I gave it higher stars just because it met its purpose of telling about great moments in Jewish history, and was very historically based in fact, but the enjoyability was very low. So yeah. All right, let's take a brief break from books. I'm going to get back to books in a second, but I want to show you guys something that I completed, an FFO, fully finished object. So anyone that's been watching me is aware that I had been doing the Annie's Kit Club, the Crochet Block of the Month Club. It is awesome. I've been crocheting for a long, many years, like since I was a teenager. But I really didn't know any like abnormal stitches. I just knew the basics and pretty much just did blankets that were those basic stitches. And so this kit club, you learned 30 new stitches. You got the video tutorial for free, you got the actual pattern on the paper each month, and you got the yarn to make it. So worth it. So learned 30 stitches. It was awesome. And I have since totally completed it. And this is actually going to be a shower gift for my coworker Haley. So I don't think she'll be watching this before her shower, but just in case she is, turn it off. So I'm so happy with how it turned out, guys. And it's super soft, and it's just like the perfect blanket. So I'm gonna try and show it to you. So here, let me make sure this is the front. Yeah, this is the front. All right, so we've got, oh, this is hard. That row. And I love the colors. This, I can't remember what this color way was called, but it is still available on their website. And I like showed you guys these individual squares as I went along. I loved this stitch, so cool. I can make roses now out of crochet, and so fun. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely adore it. So I'm so excited to give it to her. Her shower is, we're doing a work shower for her, and it's this Thursday, and I'm so excited. And I adore it so much. So I do highly recommend this if you have any desire to either learn how to crochet or want to expand your ability to crochet and the types of things, like types of stitches that you know. It's just such a great way to do it. Highly recommend it. So since I finished that, I decided, I used to knit, but it's been a long time. I wasn't great at it, and I only knew like to knit and purl. That was it, like basic. So I've decided I want to learn how to knit, and this was such a great way to learn the crocheting. I decided to do the same thing with knitting. So I am now doing, where is the pattern? Oh my goodness, this pattern is like squished down there. It's not normally how it comes. All right, so this is called the Lake House Sampler Afghan. I feel like I need to get a different one because this one's so squished. Hold on. I haven't even like opened all of them yet because I have another blanket that I'm working on that I want to fully finish. Like, is almost done. I'm at the putting together stage, which I'll show you guys here in a little bit. But wait 1 second. Okay, let's see if this one's packaged better. Yes, it is. Okay, so like I said, this is the Lake House Sampler Afghan, and this one's all knitting, and this is what it will look like. So it's the exact same thing, but of course the stitches are different and it's knitting, and I'm super excited to start this, but I really want to finish the other, it's the Weasley blanket, the burrow blanket that I'm working on before I get to that. Okay, let's go back to books. Because I have so many books. All right, I actually just finished this one last night. And that was Hide by Kirsten White, and I had the most high hopes for this book because one of my favorite tropes is the amusement park trope. I always put them in the same, like amusement park, circuses, fairs, that type of thing. I love that trope. So I was so excited about this one because it takes place in an abandoned amusement park. And guys, just check out this map that's at the beginning of the book. Oh my gosh. Yes. And it just sounded so good. So I was so disappointed when I didn't like it. I did finish it. It's just her first adult novel. But it really still reads, I feel like, so it's marketed as adults, but I still feel like it reads like a young adult novel. It was only 236 pages. And I just felt like this is told from like, I want to say there's ultimately 14, there's so many points of view in this, let's put it that way. And I don't know that any of them are fully developed. The problem that we have that we're trying to solve, I don't understand fully why it happened or how it happened. And I did not like it. Apparently I read at the author's note at the end, she was inspired by active shooter drills and the school shootings and things like that. So I guess it's kind of like an allegory for school shootings, but I'm so disappointed I didn't like it. I ended up giving it 2 stars, and I really waffled back and forth between 1 and 2 stars. Probably would have been 1.5 because, you know, Goodreads, there's no halves. So gave it 2 stars only because there were parts of it that I enjoyed, but ultimately the book itself I did not love. So disappointed. Okay, then I got, this is part of haul. I have 2 books that I got that I'm going to use for upcoming book clubs, because my friend Ruth and I, we run a book club and we switch months each time on who gets to choose the book. So I found 2 new ones that I like and want to read upcoming. I actually found these through, I want to say it's called The Book Girls, and it's by Sally. I had it in my head before I said this. I'll put the name of the book and where the author up here on the screen. These were both recommendations that she gave in her book that were some of her favorites of all time. And there's actually several by this author that I want to read now. If I end up liking this one, I think I will. So this one is called The Scent of Water by Elizabeth Gouge, and it's a captivating story filled with English charm, luminous wisdom, and astonishing spiritual insight. And it just sounds so good. Beautiful story from a beloved novelist whose extraordinary gift is the depth and insight she brings to her characters and to her readers. And guys, I'm a big character-driven book person, so it sounded beautiful. And then the other one that I got is The Awakening of Miss Prim by Natalya San Martin Venalera, I think is what it's called. Is how you pronounce her last name. And so Prudencia Prim is a young woman of intelligence and achievement with deep knowledge of literature and several letters after her name. But when she accepts the post of private librarian in the village of San Arenio de Arnois, maybe, she is unprepared for what she encounters there. Her employer, a book-loving intellectual, is dashing yet contrarian, always ready with a critique of her cherished Jane Austen and Louisa May Alcott. The neighbors, too, are capable of charm and eccentricity in equal measure, determined as they are to preserve their singular little community from the modern world outside. So, sounds comfy cozy, if you get what I'm saying. So those are going to be my two book club picks coming up, and I have to present one of these tonight. And I think I'm going to do The Awakening of Miss Prim first. So I'll be presenting this to my book club this evening. Okay, then I do these little things. They're like gig jobs, and it's through Savvy Corporation, and they're all like health related. So if you have any kind of there's always a lot of stuff on there for like major depressive disorder, anxiety, cancer, diabetes, like chronic kind of conditions. Some are aimed towards kids, some are aimed towards adults, some are aimed towards the caregivers of children that have these problems. And if you're chosen to do one of their jobs and you apply to the one that you think that you fit best, then they pay you in gift cards, and it's awesome. So I couldn't even say how much I've earned at this point, but I actually earned a $75 Amazon gift card for referring someone else that I knew fit the criteria for one of the gigs that them were able to complete. And it's usually about a $75 referral fee. So I always use that to buy fun stuff that I have on my wish list. And this is one of the books that I decided to get. And it's the 90s Flashback series by Christy Mcmanus. And this has 1996, 1997, and 1998. God, I graduated in 1999. So I am all in for this book. I had just seen it and am very excited to read it because I would love to go back to the 90s. So 1996, when Anna takes a supplement that thrusts her back in time, she can't wait to re-explore the 90s and learn more about her secretive husband's past. 1997, Anna is moving on, but a bizarre night out reminds her of a certain person she met in 1996. Will she be able to track them down again? 1998, just when Anna thought she could finally relax, she uncovers a secret that could derail the life she's worked so hard to achieve. And honestly, I'm in it more for like the 90s nostalgia piece. All right, then I got, in this last book of the month, I ended up getting 3 books. One is on my pre-order list that I really, really wanted. I have all of her, I'm like collecting all of her books in hardback. This will be the 3rd in my collection now. And that is Alice Feeney's new book, Daisy Darker. And I love Alice Feeney. Of the ones I've read so far, I don't know what's going to happen, which I really like. Like, things are revealed when she wants me to actually understand and know what's happening. So this one is about this one's like a family drama, it sounds like. That the family is like at a reunion, I think, and they're cut off from the rest of the world. And anyway, it's Alice Feeney. I don't even care what it's about. I need to read it because it's her. All right, then Upgrade by Blake Crouch. Now, I have hit or miss with Blake Crouch. I really loved, what was it called? I think it's Dark Matter is the one that I read, that I really, really enjoyed. And then I tried Wayward Pines, and I didn't love that one. Although I just saw somebody talk about it and how good they thought it was, and so I might give it a second chance. But I heard some people talking about this one over on Book Talk and decided it sounded like it was right up my alley. You are the next step in human evolution. So, got that. Then I also got When We Were Bright and Beautiful by Jillian Medoff. This one is a family drama that takes place on Manhattan's glittering Upper East Side. Explores the dark side of love, the limits of loyalty, and the high cost of truth. And I love a good family drama. Again, one of my favorite tropes. All right. Next, what do I want to talk about next? Okay, so I have gotten some pattern haul. Guys, I'm like, I have more patterns at this point that I could ever complete in a lifetime. And I still continue to buy. So I got the Scrap Busting Crochet magazine. This is by Crochet World, and it is on display till October 24th, so you can still get it. But I do a lot of crocheting, and I end up with these, you know, scraps that I'm like, I don't know what to do with. And so this has a lot of great ideas in it, and there's a lot of patterns in here that I really, really like, and I'm definitely going to do. So got that. Just got the new Just Cross Stitch arrived in the mail. This is October's, and there's a lot of really pretty things in here, including some Halloween. I do subscribe to this, so I do get that one. Then okay, some more from the $75 Amazon referral thing. All right, so I got some new coloring books. I got Autumn by Kira, what is that? Kira Shrush? Yeah, Kira Shersh, I cannot say it. Kira Shershnova. I have completed the spring one and the summer one, and I'm getting them to do in the actual seasons. So I'll start this one and do this one during the fall. And these are color by color, and I absolutely adore the color by color. And I really, really like her an awful lot. So I got that, and I always use my alcohol markers in those. Okay, then I got The Joy of Christmas by Dally T, Black Pages coloring book series for gel pen and colored pencil, and I got this specifically to use with my glitter gel pens. And it's, yeah, they're all on black backgrounds with just some thin lines that are kind of perfect for gel pens. So I got that. All right. Then I got Circulism Art Books Color by Number. This is the Mandala 2 by Eclipse, AJ Cannell. So I'm going to show you guys, I did do one of these. Now, I ended up using my glitter gel pens for this, and I will not use them moving forward in this book because I think based on the experience with it, I didn't love the experience of doing it with it. I also don't love how it looks. I'm going to use my alcohol markers on here instead, but this is how it turned out. And I gotta say, it looks really good on the camera. Not as good in person. I don't know if you can see the sparkles on there or not from the glitter, but yeah, I really like this book. And so this is, like I said, there's numbers inside each of the circles, and it's mandala. All right, this is not a new book. This is a book that I had, but I did complete a page, and it turned out fine. But I just wanted to show you guys. So this is Wall Art Patterns. Color remove, frame, hang, 27 pictures. I will not be removing them. They're going to stay in here. But again, I use my glitter gel pens, and they worked pretty well on here. I like it better when you can see the shininess than whenever it's just kind of flat. I think you can see the shiny on there. And so it's essentially like a bunch of wallpaper patterns. Yeah. So I'll do more in there. Okay, next. I have picked up an old hobby. So I was a really good clarinet player whenever I was in high school. I had aspirations of majoring in music and going into the symphony. So I did private lessons. I really enjoyed it. I was first chair from the time I was in 7th grade, because we were like mixed in with the high school people. I was first chair like all the way through graduation. It has a lot to do with where I had gone to school originally, and the type, like, band was everything in the school I went to up till 7th grade, and then I moved to a very, very small school district. So, but clarinet was my passion. So, but I did the stupid thing that college kids do. I needed money, you know, for stupid things when I was in college, and so I sold the clarinet that my parents had bought for me. It was a beautiful, beautiful wooden clarinet that cost over $1,000, and I sold for $250 on eBay. I thought my mom was gonna kill me when she found out. So I needed to buy a new one. So I found a really, really nice wooden one on eBay, not on eBay, I'm sorry, on Amazon Marketplace, and got it with shipping and everything. It was like $233, I think. And my mom, God bless her, paid $100 of that for me, because she loved my clarinet playing and is like excited to see me get into it again. So I bought like a bunch of stuff for my clarinet, but I also got some sheet music. So I got, first of all, like I need to relearn how to play some stuff. So just like working on normal kind of studies. And it's amazing how quick it came back to me, gotta be honest. But so I got the Rubank Intermediate Method Clarinet, follow-up course for individual or like instrument class instruction. Then I got the Rubank Book of Clarinet Solos, intermediate level. And these have like, let's see, Stylium Caprice, Bel Canto, Concerto in G minor by Handel, Alleluia by Mozart, and just, yeah, like the kind of thing that I would have played during competitions when I was in high school. I got Sacred Hymns for Clarinet, collection of beloved hymn arrangements for solo clarinet with piano accompaniment by Susan W. Henry and Jason S. Henry. And this has like Sweet Hour of Prayer, Abide With Me, I Need Thee Every Hour, just some like classic hymns. And then I also got the Harry Potter instrumental solos selections from movies 1 through 5. And this one includes online access included for accompaniment. So I got that to play around with. So I got those. All right. Moving into creation, more things I'm creating. All right. So cross stitch. My current focus piece is the Move Forward in Love piece. And this is by Modern Folk Embroidery. Let me find the picture. So unfortunately, I ended up printing this out in black and white instead of the color, but you'll see when I show you what I've got done. So this is what it looks like, the completed picture. And this is my, again, this is what I'm currently working on, so I don't want to take it out of the frame, but I am a little bit more than a quarter done with it, and it is so colorful, and it's beautiful, and it's so much fun to stitch, guys. I absolutely love it. So I'm using DMC threads with the called for colors, and I am using a Picture This Plus. I know I stuck the sticker on here somewhere. Picture This Plus 16 count Sprite Ada, and it's 12 by 17, which is an 1/8 yard. And I am in love with Picture This Plus. Picture This Plus Ada. I love it so much, and it's like all I'm doing. But I'm having such a good time stitching this. So this is my focus piece for this month. Then my focus piece. Okay, guys. So exciting. I am doing a stitch along with my friend Rainy from over at Rainy Day Reads, who does, she does booktube, and she has incorporated cross stitch and knitting onto her channel as well. And she has such great content, guys, so please go check her out. And so she participates in something called Shaketober. Now here's the thing, I'm not like a huge Shakespeare fan, but I had seen this pattern a while back, one of my favorite creators, and I loved all of the quotes. I guess I just hadn't even realized that they were Shakespeare quotes. So I had bought this a while ago. Then Rainy had sent me a picture. She said, "Hey, is this the designers that you like?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah," and I actually just bought that. So I said, "Why don't we do a stitch along for Shaketober and see what we can get done?" So we are going to meet up in person as well, weather pending, up at our like halfway point, because we don't live that far from each other. All right, so we are doing, this is by Taylor and Cromwell, who, guys, I absolutely adore. I'm going to talk more about them in a second, but this is the pattern. This is the completed picture of what it will look like. I am doing it on the black with all the called for DMC. I'm doing an 18 count Ada, and this is like, they call these their poster style, and it's, I just absolutely adore it. So we are going to do that. I'm super excited about it. I will have Rainy's channel linked below. Well, I know most of you guys already watch Rainy, and she's just so much fun, and I can't wait to do our meetup, and I'm super excited. All right, now I have something so exciting to show you guys. So Okay, Taylor and Cromwell. You can find them on Etsy, but they also have their own website as well. And on their website, you can actually get a personalized creation, okay? Personalized patterns. And I had been wanting, I knew that I wanted to do it. So I have reached out to them and asked, I said, hey, if I sent you guys like 10 of my favorite lyrics, could you then make that into the poster style? And she said, absolutely. So I sent her my 10 favorite lyrics. She sent back and she said, hey, who is each band? She said, because I would like to try and match the font with the album that it's from. So this is like beyond what I had even thought could happen. And I had just given them the parameters of, I would also like blue and purple is my color scheme. So I cannot recommend this enough. And it is not expensive. Like, I feel like I ripped them off because of how much time I think this must take and just how great it is. So I am probably going to start this, I don't know, probably November, because October I'm going to have to work on my stitchy spell and maybe some other Halloween type things. So I think this will be in November, but this is it, guys. And I love it so much. I cannot recommend them enough. I have so many of their patterns at this point, but a customized chart, and it cost me less than $10. Crazy. So I'm super, super psyched to start that. I ended up getting, I'm not doing it on black. I found, because I really love purple and blue with green. So I found, this is by PTP Fabrics, and it's called Herald, and it's an 18 count Aida. And it's Zweigart so it's Zweigart fabric, but it is dyed, I guess, by PTP Fabrics. And so this is the color. Isn't that gorgeous? And then, so you can see how it'll look. These are the colors it'll be against there. And I think it's going to be perfect. Perfect, perfect. So if you want to have a custom cross stitch pattern made, I absolutely cannot recommend Taylor and Cromwell enough. And they also have patterns, a lot of like Broadway musicals, there's movies, there's shows, there's book patterns, all kinds of wonderful things. So please check them out. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, I have made some progress with my castle sampler. This is called Knight and Castle. This is by the Stitching Spell. So Taylor and Cromwell will be like my #1 favorite designer, and Stitching Spell is my #2, and I've got lots of patterns by them too. So this is the completed, what the completed picture will look like. And I'm not doing it in the monochrome, I'm doing it in blues and purples because that is my favorite. And so I have got quite a bit more done on this, and I am so excited because I actually got this. Actually, my back doesn't look too bad. I almost mistook my back for the front. So let me see here, this way to show this. I actually got to start a little bit on the outside border, and this one's a lot of fun to stitch too. I wish I could tell you what makes something fun to stitch and what not, but it's great. So this is what I got done. Isn't that awesome? I absolutely love this. I'm definitely going to be framing this and hanging this probably in here. And I love it. So it's DMC thread, but it's a bunch of, so the castle part itself is blue. Then the border is purple. And then this border out here was actually like a mix of blue and purple, but you can't really see it all that well. I wish I had chosen something a little bit more contrasting, but it's fine. And then, yeah, lots of purples in the outside parts out here. It's going to be like mixes of different purples and blues. So here, totally with that blue color, border, purple, and then this is going to be the purples and the blues. And yes, I adore it. And again, this is Picture This Plus, but I don't have the sticker anymore. Now I've learned I'm putting the sticker on the pattern itself so I can remember what it is, but I wasn't doing that at this time. But it is Picture This Plus, and it's a really big piece. Then I have also made progress on my Disney stitch along. This is the 50th anniversary Disney stitch along. And I don't have a picture. I'll put the, like, it's still being released, so I don't have a picture of what it would look like completely anyway. I'm just gonna show you what's done. I haven't gotten very far, but man, it takes a long time. This is huge. There's gonna be 50 different, there's 50 different of these things up here, like frames, and 2 are released a week, and they're all based on the golden statues throughout the park. And yeah, I like it. It's fun. So I've got a lot of the characters, but man, this frame has taken like forever. But I did focus on this one for a while. So that's where we're at with that. One more thing. The other blanket I told you that I'm working on, I don't want to start the cross stitch. Oh, actually I have another book too. But that I don't want to start the cross stitch on until, I'm sorry. I don't want to start my other knitting from Annie's Kit Club until I finish this blanket completely. So this is my Weasley's Burrow blanket, which it's this blanket right here, back here, from this awesome book. This is Harry Potter Crochet Wizardry, and oh, has so many good patterns in it. Okay, so I have all my squares done. I want to say it's like 180 squares. So this one's taking significantly longer to put together than the other one. But this is what I have done. I have like clips. I got these little clips that are awesome to hold up as I'm going the yarn, so I don't have to keep changing it out. So this is fabulous. I love it so much, and I'm keeping it. This one's for me. It's nice and big, and I love granny squares, and it's gonna be awesome. So once I finish putting this together, which is gonna take me forever, then I will start my knitting. So I have it all like sitting over here. Everything's all nice and together. Okay, one last book, and then I think that's it for this video. So I am on a wonderful group over on Instagram, Bookworm Wishlist Group US. And it is for active bookstagrammers. And she let me in because of the booktube. And it's an exchange, and it's wonderful. So you are not obligated to sign up for every exchange. You get to read about it, see if you want to or not for that time. And you're assigned a person to send a book to, or a bookish type item, and then someone else, a different person, is assigned to you. And so this was for the August, yeah, this is August. So this was the high priority monthly. So this was for August, and that person, it all goes off your Amazon wish list. So we had to go on and put the highest priority, and then that's what the person had to pick from. And then you're given, like, it has to be at least this amount of money, and you have to show receipts to prove and everything. And it works out really, really well in any case. So I got Your Head is a Houseboat, A Chaotic Guide to Mental Clarity by Campbell Walker, aka Struthless. And he is a creator. He's on YouTube, he's on Instagram, and he has this wonderful, wonderful video all about mental health and journaling for mental health. And that is kind of where this book comes from. And it has journal exercises in it. He does illustrations. So there's a lot of his illustrations are in here. He's just an amazing artist. And yeah, so I'm so excited. This was gifted to me from Marie at If Cats Could Read over on Instagram, and I will link her down below also. Whew. All right, guys, that was a lot. So I'm going to sign off for now. I am not going to kill myself here with trying to tape constantly. I'm going to aim for once a week, hopefully on the weekends, to just, you know, give you some updates back to my weekly chat like I was doing before. So that is all. Also, I am going to put down in the links just because my baby girl asked me to. So my daughter Cassidy, she turned 13. And because she turned 13, she was able to finally do some things on the internet that she wasn't allowed to do before. So she does have a YouTube channel that she really wants me to link for you down below. So I'm going to do that. All right, guys. Anywhere else you can find me on the internet is down below also. And glad to be back. I hope you guys are all doing well. I will catch up with you later. Bye.